Our world runs on energy. For over a century, that meant oil. But we used up the easy-to-reach spots on land. The oil was still there, waiting under the ocean floor. So we faced a huge problem. How do you build a factory in the middle of the sea? The answer was a crazy idea, one of the biggest engineering challenges ever. Don't just drill down, build land from scratch, out in the open water, then drill from there. This is the story of that idea. Welcome to a channel about the machines that build our future. Today, oil rigs, from crazy idea to ocean giants. Part 1. The lake, the pier, and the box. Our story doesn't start in the ocean. It starts on a lake, Lake St. Mary's in Ohio, USA, 1891. Drillers wanted oil under the lake. Their solution was simple. They built a wooden walkway from the shore, a long pier. That was the very first spark. But the real game changer came from an engineer named Carroll Christopher I. James. It was the 1930s. The world needed more oil. I. James worked for the Texas Company, and he looked at the Gulf of Mexico. But the water was too deep for a pier. His idea was genius. What if you could drive a hollow steel box into the seabed, pump the water out, now you have a dry, quiet island to work from. This was the Texas Tower, or Grand Isle, the world's first true offshore oil platform. They built it just 1 mile off the Louisiana coast in 1937. The water was only 14 feet deep, but it worked. The crazy idea was now real. Part 2. Going deeper, a fight with the sea. The first success made everyone hungry for more. Companies went further out, but the ocean is a tough neighbor. Engineers had to solve two big problems: depth and stability. Fixed legs, like the Texas Tower, wouldn't work in deep water. They needed something new. And the inspiration came from war barges, big, flat-bottomed boats. The idea was brilliant. What if you could put a drill on a huge boat? This led to the jack-up rig. Think of it as a giant floating table. It sails to a location, then lowers massive legs down to the seabed. It jacks itself up, lifting its body above the waves. Game changer. Now they could work in water 300 feet deep, but the oil was deeper still. In 1947, the USSR built Neft Dashlari, or oily rock, in the Caspian Sea. This wasn't just a rig, it was a city on stilts, with homes, shops, and even a cinema. It proved people could live and work at sea for months. Then came the real challenge, the deep continental shelf, hundreds of meters deep. Here, legs are useless. The solution was to float, but perfectly still. Enter the semi-submersible rig. This is where engineering gets cool. Huge pontoons are flooded, sinking most of the structure below the waves. Only the deck stays above. Waves pass right through the sunken parts, making it incredibly stable. It's like being underwater versus being on a surfboard. And for the deepest waters, the drill ship, a ship with a drill in the middle. It uses GPS and powerful thrusters to stay exactly in one spot, fighting currents and wind. That's space-age tech in the ocean. Part 3. The Age of Giants. Today's oil rigs are not just tools, they are monuments to human ingenuity. Imagine the Eiffel Tower, but flipped upside down and planted on the seafloor under 1,000 feet of water. That's a gravity-based structure, like Norway's Troll A platform. Its concrete base is so heavy it just sits on the seabed. It can survive waves as tall as a 5-story building. Or look at the Perdita platform in the Gulf of Mexico. From the seabed to the top of its tower, it's over 1,500 feet tall. That's taller than the Empire State Building. It doesn't just drill, it processes, stores, and sends oil to tankers. It's a self-contained industrial city for 150 people, with everything from a gym to a movie room. These are more than machines. They are tiny pieces of human civilization, dropped into the most hostile environment on Earth. Every bolt, every weld, is a victory against the power of the ocean. What did we learn? And what's next? We went from a wooden pier on a lake to steel giants in the deep ocean. This story isn't just about oil. It's about how a big problem leads to even bigger inventions. Oil rigs taught us how to build in the ocean, live in extreme places, and create closed-loop systems. That knowledge is priceless. It's already being used for the future,
floating wind farms, ocean science stations, even ideas for floating cities. We learn to conquer the ocean for industry. The next step is to live with it sustainably. The future is built by understanding the amazing tech we already have. If you enjoyed this trip from a simple idea to an ocean giant, guess what? Technology is full of stories like this. We explore them all here, from the code of AI to the design of future cities. We break down the amazing machines around us. Please, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to tell us, yes, I want more stories like this. It helps us make more eye-opening content for you. And click the bell icon so you won't miss our next adventure, because we're already working on the story of a technology that, well, let's just say it's another crazy idea that changed everything. Thanks for watching. Now let's get back to building the future. See you in the next video.